how to use these clauses means rollup and cube clauses, okay, are used to find out sub and grand total, sub and grand total based on columns, based on columns. So here the two classes, so whatever it was there, the rollup class as well as cube classes, the both classes we are going to be using to finding sub and grand total. Okay now, but here these two classes compulsory we should use it, or we can implement here. Okay, so these classes can be implemented here. Okay, can be implemented, can be implemented along with along with along with group by class. Okay, along with the group by class only. So without the group by class, again these two classes are cannot implement here, we cannot implement here without group by class. So whenever you want to use a rollup and the cube, compulsory we should use a group by class here. Compulsory we should use a group by class. Okay now, right? And now, but here the two classes whatever the two classes are there, rollup and cube, these two classes are we are using for to finding subtotal and grand total. Then what is the differences in between rollup and cube? So this kind of question or doubt was coming out. Okay, so now yeah, the simple reason guys here, the rollup and cube classes difference is what now here. Okay, rollup is going to be find out guys here. Okay, your subtotal grand total is based on single column. Okay, so to find sub and grand totals based on a single column, based on a single column. But whereas we can come to group cube class here, so this will be find to find sub and grand total, sub and grand totals, so based on multiple columns, based on multiple columns. So this is the main difference guys here, the rollup and cube. What is the main difference in between these two clauses means one is to find your, okay, single column wise we can finding subtotal as well as grand total, and the second one is to finding subtotal and grand total based on multiple columns wise we can find. Okay now, let you see guys here. Now I will give the syntax for rollup. So if I want to use rollup syntax, so then how we can go to use it here? Observe. So select as usual, you want to send your column names. So column name 1, column name 2, and so on, comma, aggregative function name. Okay, 1, comma, and so on, and from table name, and the compulsory we should use here group by, and the rollup offer. So again we are passing here column name 1, column name 2, comma, and so on. Okay, so this is what now the syntax of your rollup. But here guys, can you identify in the syntax? Okay, so along with my rollup I'm going to passing some columns here, multiple columns I'm passing. But the point is what now, rollup is going to be finding sub and grand totals based on a single column only, we said. So it was finding only single column, then why are you passing multiple columns? Then why are you passing multiple columns? Okay, so along with the rollup. So this kind of a doubt will be coming out. Yes, so it means what now, along with the rollup you can send any number of columns guys here. You can pass any number of columns. So any number of columns we can pass it. But then which column wise it will be perform your operation means it was going to be performing your operation based on first column in the order, based on first column in the order. So that means which is my first column, which is my first column in the order. So this is we called as guys your operational column we called. This is we called as what now, operational column we called. Okay now, and the remaining things, whatever it was there, the remaining columns or whatever it was there. So these all remaining columns, these all remaining columns are called as a just for supportive columns we call, just for supporting columns we call. Okay now? So your roll up column name is an operational column, and the remaining whatever the columns we are giving here, that every remaining column is just for supporting column here. That means your subtotal grand total is going to be finding based on first column only. So based on this column only, okay, it was going to be finding your subtotal and the grand total. Okay, so finding sub and the grand total. Okay now? So and the remaining is what now? Remaining is what now? These are completely supportive columns we call. Okay, only one column. That means which column are you given in the first position? Okay, in the first position, which column are you given here? That is your operational column, and based on that column only, based on that column only, you can finding subtotal and the grand total. And the remaining columns, whatever it was there, guys, here is remaining columns are just for, we can say, supportive columns, we can say. Okay, now just for supporting columns, we can say. So now let you see some examples, you will understand here. Okay, now we can see now one example. So I'm going to using here roll up, okay, with a single column. Okay, how it was work here, observe. So for example, let you see, I'm going to using single column first of all. Okay, now let you come out and see the example of roll up with single column. So I'm going to take and select a DPT number, and as usual count of star. Okay, now from I want to give table, and later I want to use group by, and along with group by I'm using roll up of the which column you applied your single column. So now let me see, guys, here. So let me see now to execute this query, and now what it was happen, you can see to displaying your output, guys, here. And this is whatever the department number column here, and we have a department numbers 10, 20, and 30. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, these are department numbers. And here in 10th department, number of people 4, in 20th department, number of people 5, and 30th department, number of people 6. So here 4, 5, 6. Here 4, 5, and 6. So what are those? Okay, what are those? Means these are called as a subtotals. These are called as what now? Subtotal. And finally, whatever it was having here, the null representation, whatever it was having, the null representation. So this null representation value is called as what now? Grand total. This null representation value is called as what now? Grand total. Okay now. So 4, 5, 6. These are called as subtotals. Okay, that means in each department number, how many number of employees are working. So those are called as a subtotals. So in 10th department, 4 employees. In 20th department, 5 employees. In 30th department, 6 employees. So your 4, 5, 6 is called as a subtotals. And all subtotals, once you combine together, okay, all subtotals once you add together. So whenever you are adding all subtotals, then final it was producing some result, and that is called as what now? Grand total. Okay, that is what we called as a grand total. So 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 6, 15. So 15 is called as a grand, and 4, 5, 6 is called as a subtotal. And this is roll up, and we are passing only one column, and based on one column only, it was finding out. Okay, but later, guys, here, suppose if I want to send the roll up with the multiple columns, if I want to send roll up with the multiple columns. So when I'm passing multiple columns, okay, let you see, okay, how it was means. Simple. Now I'm giving to pass here one more column, I'm passing job, and here I'm passing here job. And now the two columns I'm passing along with the roll up. Okay, along with my roll up, how many columns I'm passing means I'm passing here multiple columns. But tell me guys here, in this multiple columns order, in this multiple columns order, in this multiple columns order, which column is having in the first position, guys? Which column is having in the first position? Yeah, department number is having in the first position. So department number column is having in the first position, right? So this is my first position column, department number. So now when I'm going to execute it now, whatever the subtotal and grand total is going to be produced, it's producing based on department number wise only produced. Let you see guys here. So now we can see. Carefully observe. So this is 10th department. 10th department, total number of employees are 4. In the same pattern, come to 20th department. So in 20th department, okay, 20th department, number of people are 5. Okay, no? Right? And in the same to same, 30th department, so 30th department and number of people are 6. Okay, no? So here carefully identify. So 10th department, 4 people, 20th department, 5 people, and 30th department, 6 people. These are called as a subtotals. Okay, now, and 15 is called as what now, guys? Here, grand total. 15 is called as a grand total. But here below, let you see, here in department number 10, whatever the department number 10 was there, in department number 10, total number of employees are 4. But out of 4 employees, 1 employee working as a clerk, 2 employees are working as a managers, and 1 employee working as a president. So that means in the department number 10, total number of employees are 4. Total number of employees are 4. Out of 4 employees, 1 employee working as a clerk, 2 employees are working as a managers, and 1 employee working as a president. So that means in 10th department, 1 clerk is there, 2 managers are there, and 1 president is there. Okay, now, so what it means here, in 10th department, 1 clerk is there, 2 managers are there, and 1 president is there. 1 president is there. So total number of employees are 4. Total number of employees are 4. Okay, na? So total number of employees in 10th department 4. Out of 4, 1 was working as a clerk, 2 was working as a manager, and 1 is a president. In the same pattern, let you see 20th department, you can see guys. 20th department, total number of people are 5. Out of 5, 1 is working as an analyst, 3 people are working as a clerks, and 1 person working as a manager. So that means in 20th department, if you carefully identify, in 20th department, total number of employees are working, 5 employees are working in 20th department. Out of 5 employees, 1 employee working as an analyst, 3 employees are working as a clerks, and 1 employee is working as a manager. Okay, na? So 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. Total 5 people are there. Okay, now 5 people are there here. Now, and the next one is 30th department. In 30th department, total number of employees are 6. Out of 6, one is analyst, one is clerk, one is manager, and 3 people are salesmen. Okay, na? In 30th department, total number of people are 6. Total number of people are 6. Out of 6, one is working as an analyst, one is working as a clerk, one is working as a manager, and 3 was working as a salesman. Okay, na? Salesman. So total 6 here. Okay, that is what describing your total subtotals, whatever the subtotals are there for each department number wise. Those subtotals are we are describing and finally producing what now? Grand total. Suppose same thing, let me see. This output, if you carefully identified now. Now next one, suppose I want to change here my column order. Suppose I'm changing job DEPT number. And here also, I'm taking here job and DEPT number. Okay, now? Right. Now here observe. Now this time, what is my first position column, guys, here? Now this time, what is my first position column? Job column. So that means now you are finding subtotal and grand total based on job column. Based on job column. Because job column is my first position in the order. So that's why now this time your output will be changed. Now your output will be changed. So carefully observe your output. Now I just executed now. When executed, carefully identify. So now this time job wise subtotals are finding. So analyst, 2 people are there. Clerk, there are 5 employees are working in a clerk job. Okay, there are 5 employees are working in a clerk job. And next one. There are 4 employees are working as a managers and 1 president is there. Okay, 1 president is there. And finally, there are 3 salesmen are there and 1 is grand total. Okay, na? So here subtotals, carefully output, see how much difference is there here. So carefully observe. So analyst subtotal, that means number of people in analyst, 2 people are there. Okay, how many analyst people are there? 2 people are there, analyst. 1 analyst working in department number 10, 1 analyst working in department number 30. Okay, 1 analyst working under department number 10, 1 analyst working under department number 30. Okay, now in the same pattern, how many clerks? There are 5 clerks are there. There are 5 clerks are there. Out of 5 clerks, 1 clerk is working in department number 10, 3 clerks are working in department number 20, and 1 clerk is working under department number 30. So total number of clerks are 5 clerks. So same like this, guys, here. How many managers? There are total 4 managers we have it here. Okay, 4 managers. So 2 managers are working in department number 10. 1 manager is working in department number 20 and 1 manager is working in department number 30. Like 1 president and 1 president is working in department number 10. Like 3 salesmen and here all 3 salesmen are working under 30th department. That means there is no salesman in 10th department. There is no salesman in 20th department. And finally, you can see your grand total 15. Finally, you can see your grand total 15. Okay, now? So that means roll up what you understand, guys, here. The finally conclusion here. You can send any number of columns along with roll up. You can send any number of columns along with roll up. But the first position, whatever the column are given in the order, which was having in the first position. So based on that position of column only, finding subtotal as well as grand total. Finding subtotal as well as grand total. And remaining all are just normal values here. Okay, now. So this is what it was going to be sending. And remaining columns, whatever it was there, just the supporting columns we called. Okay, now. This is roll up, guys. This is the nature of roll up. Okay, how it was working. In the same pattern, okay, now let me come out cube. Syntax for cube. So the cube, how it was going to be work means, your cube is working on multiple columns wise. So that means you can finding subtotal and grand total multiple columns wise. Okay, now then syntax also same. So here I'm using cube and I'm passing here multiple columns, guys, here passing multiple columns. But here cube advantage is what now? Cube advantage is what now? Along with cube, how many number of columns are you passing? Along with cube, how many number of columns are you passing? That each and every column wise, it will be finding subtotal and producing grand total. So here there is no option here. How many columns are passing here? All columns are all columns are okay. All columns are operational columns. Operational columns. Okay, now. So that means there is no supportive column in this. There is no supportive column in this. If you're passing 100 columns now, then your subtotal finding based on 100 columns and finally producing grand total. Okay, your subtotals are finding based on 100 columns and finally producing grand total. Okay, now so that means in cube every column is called a operational column. In cube every column is called as a operational column. Okay, now let you see. So now one example here. So cube with a single column, let you see go. A single column, then how it was going to be displayed here, observe. Okay, now so now I'm just passing here single column, guys, and in place of this I send here cube, and now I'm passing here single column. So when we are passing single column, to execute this one, what it was happening, we can see. So it was going to be finding here department number wise subtotals. So 4, and in 20th department 5, in 30th department 6. So you have 4, 5, 6, subtotal, and this is grand total. So whenever you want to take a single column, either along with roll up, otherwise along with cube, if you want to identify here, so both are going to be producing same kind of result. Okay, now so roll up single column result and cube single column result, both are same pattern it was showing. So that's why there is no differences. We cannot identify the differences in a single column operation. Okay, now so single column operation, the roll up how it was producing subtotal grand total, same as this cube also producing. That's why in single column operation we cannot identify the differences between roll up and a cube. We cannot identify the differences between roll up and a cube. Okay, now and now let you see one more example, that multiple columns wise you can see, then you can understand what is what. Okay, so column with the multiple columns you can see. Column with the multiple columns you can see. In this moment, observe what it was happening. So I'm passing here job, and here also I'm passing here job. And now you can see your subtotals are finding both columns and producing grand total, by taking off of both columns here. So let you see to execute it now. Carefully observe. Carefully observe now, guys, here. Analysis, that means analyst. Analyst, number of analysts are 2. One analyst working in department number 20 and one analyst is working in department number 30. So total number of analysts 2. This is called a subtotal. And the next one is what, guys, here? Total number of clerks. How many clerks here? 5. Okay, na? Total number of clerks are 5. Okay, are 5. Next, the total number of managers. Total 4. The total number of managers 4. The total presidents 1. The total presidents 1. And the total salesmen are 3. total salesmen are 3. Okay, now. So these are job wise or job related subtotals. So president 1, salesman 3, managers 4, clerk 5, analyst 2. So these are subtotals based on job column. And what is this guys here? This is called a grand total. This is called a grand total. But after grand total, below one more subtotal is there. One more subtotals are showing us. What is one more subtotals here? 10th department. So 10th department 4, 20th department 5, and 30th department 6. Okay, now. So 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. These are called as a subtotals. But 4, 5, 6 these are subtotals to the department call, department number call. Okay, na department number. And remaining these three, whatever it is, these are based on job call. So that means yes, subtotals we are finding based on multiple columns wise, your subtotals are finding. And finally producing what now? Grand total. Okay, now. So this is what now the differences between roll up and cube. So roll up is finding always one table data subtotal and grand total will be give it here. But cube is not like that. Cube is going to be finding subtotal, grand total based on multiple columns wise also. Based on multiple columns wise also. Okay, now. So these are what now guys we called as a roll up and a cube. Okay, now. So now the differences understand all of you guys here, or else any confusion here or any doubt? All of you clear this roll up and cube, or else do you have any doubt? Come on, guys. Okay, guys, clear now? Yeah. So cube is nothing but nothing was Bhagya and Rushi. Cube is nothing but multiple column. That means you can see here how many number of columns are you passing here based on all columns wise. It was finding subtotal and producing finally grand total. Okay, now so like you see output. If you see carefully observe, understand. So this is job column here. Okay, now so job column subtotals analyst 2. Okay, so clerk is 5. Job wise subtotals I'm telling now. And manager 4, president 1, president 1, president 1, and here salesmen are 3. So whatever I was selected here, these are subtotals. But these subtotals we are finding based on which column here, based on which column? Job column. Carefully observe. So 4, 1, 3, these are what now? Subtotals. These are what now? Subtotals. But the subtotals are you finding on which column wise here? Job column wise. Are you finding which column wise? Job column wise. Okay, now this is what. And keep it like this. Okay, now keep it like this. And now below come out, below come out, below come out. And here also see department number 10, 4, department number 20, 5, department number 36. So these are also subtotals. These are also subtotals. These are also subtotal. But these subtotals we are finding based on what? Department number column wise. Based on what? Department number. So these are department number wise, and these subtotals, whatever it was there here. So these are job wise. Okay, now? And finally, whatever it was there here, okay, 15. This is called as a grand total. This is called as what now? Grand total. So subtotal based on job column, subtotal based on department number column, and finally producing grand total. Finally producing grand total. Okay, now? So now understand now. Okay, the people who is this Bhagya and Rishi. So now clear all of you. Just everything is same. Just finding two columns wise. Your subtotal finding based on job column as well as department number column. Both wise subtotals are showing, and one grand total is showing us. Okay, right, guys. So these are what now clauses, guys. Here, how these clauses we are using in our queries. Okay, now right. And the next one more main concept, guys. Here, the next main concept is joins. So this is also one of the major topic uh, in our database here. So joins. Okay, now it is also one of the important topic, guys. Here. Okay, so joins, how it was helping us and how we can go to do it. Okay, now so multiple tables. That means as of now, single table data retrieval processing we discuss. That means only one table data how to retrieve and how to display only single table data. So this kind of operations we done by using of select query. But now when you are working in real-time companies, what it was happening, we want to work on multiple tables at a time. So in that cases, how can you retrieving data from multiple tables? Okay, how can you retrieving data from multiple tables? So in that situations, joins will be helping us. The people are using joins to go for to retrieving the data from your multiple tables. Okay, so in that cases, joins we are using, and these joins are okay having different types of joins we have it here, and every type of join is having specific reason and how it was working. So that all we will discuss, but not today, guys, sir. Okay, so tomorrow we will go for that. So because today the power problem is there at my home, so there is no power here. Okay, now so that is a problem, and tomorrow we will go for the remaining things joins whatever it was. Okay, now so freshly we started tomorrow the new concept of SQL joins. Okay, right, guys. And this clauses notes, complete notes, my people are sharing. Okay, after this class we can go to Google Classroom and take complete notes. Okay, now right, guys. Thank you so much. So present the morning sessions, no SQL server classes here. Okay.